This is my most confident picks video. This time for UFC 330, Islam Makhachev versus Ian Machado Garry. Here I'll be dropping my 5 most confident plays for this UFC 330 fight card. I dropped 5 today on Wednesday, and 2 days later, the day before the fight on a Friday, I dropped 2 more, maybe even 3 more, depending if how much I love the fight card. So I'll be doing that for you guys. I've been doing 22 most confident picks video. 18 of them have been profitable. Last week, let's not sugarcoat anything. Let's be transparent. Man to man, or the 2% that are females that watch this show, we had a shit card last week. I'm not going to lie to you. I lost a shit ton of money. Let me show you what I lost. I lost 4K, 39.20 right there, right? You see it, 39.20 on Kalshi. Gio Canuto versus Caroline Foro to go inside the distance. I lost my mind. And I know what you're going to say. How are you betting on lesbians fighting? What are you doing? Don't ever bet on women to go inside the distance. What are you, dumb? Yeah, I guess I'm dumb. I'm dumb because after the fight, I was like, why did I bet on women? Why did I bet on women? But you know what? We have to bounce back. It's good to be transparent here, right? I lost 4K, less like more than half of the mortgage payment. But thank God my wife doesn't watch my show or believe in my content, so she doesn't have to know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? My shoddy. Okay, so I'm going to be dropping my 5 most confident plays here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this content. My last most confident picks video, Dana White Contender Series, we were actually profitable, even though we should have been 4-1 because Abe Alsaigir absolutely robbed Fabrizio Escarrega, who we picked. If I take Fabrizio Escarrega to beat Abe Alsaigir, I said he's going to stop every takedown. Abe Alsaigir could even take down a 40-year-old on Lights Out promotion, man. Now he's going to take down a prime Mexican? Absolutely not. And I was right. And the judges, Mike Bell and whoever the other judge was, absolutely handed the fight to Abe Alsaigir. At least Dana White went off on him in the post-fight conference and to his face. That made me feel a little bit better. But let's go over my 5 most confident plays here. Let's start it off with Ramiz Brahimaj. I like Neil Magny at the beginning, right? I'm like, Neil Magny is going to win because Neil Magny faces really good competition. And he only loses to good competition, right? We've only seen him lose to Amasov. We've seen him lose to Michael Morales. We've seen him lose to Carlos Pratas. These are the top 5 guys in the welterweight division. Does Ramiz Brahimaj fit that mold? Absolutely not. But what I'm realizing, though, when I'm saying this is he's not even competitive in these fights. Like, he's not even there. So then now I have to look at his wins, and you're going to say, oh, he beat Jake Matthews, who's a formidable opponent, because Jake Matthews is kind of similar to a Ramiz Brahimaj. He's probably even better than Ramiz Brahimaj and more dangerous. But we have to remember, Jake Matthews finished Neil Magny in that first round, but the ref, he tapped. The ref said he didn't tap, and Jake Matthews had this huge adrenaline dump, and Neil Magny freaking won the fight because Jake Matthews was absolutely gassed out of his mind and won via Darce choke. But besides that, he's beating Alessi Dos Santos, right? Zaleski Dos Santos, not that great of a fighter. He beat Mike Malott when Mike Malott was just destroying him. And he got tired and then got finished. So he doesn't really beat good competition. So that's what I'm realizing. Ramiz Brahimaj, what is he good at? He's very good at front headlocks, right? If he gets on top of you, gets a takedown, his guillotine's absolutely filthy, right? His Darce sequence, his anacondas is filthy. His top game is filthy. So if he gets a takedown on Neil Magny, who we've seen been taken down multiple times, I could see him winning this fight. The one thing I'm worried about with Ramiz Brahimaj, which really had me thinking Neil Magny was going to win, is the power on the feet. If Neil Magny doesn't respect people's power, he pressures forward and wins the clinch battle, which I could probably see happening. But I believe Ramiz Brahimaj, he knocked out Mickey Gall. He's becoming a man, right? Former 155er, was a boy at the time, now a 170er, true 170er. He hasn't been finished. The under's 2.5 minus 160, so they think it's going to be a finish. The only time he's ever lost via finish was because of a cauliflower ear when it exploded versus Max Griffin. I think Ramiz Brahimaj should be able to get the finish here. I think a guillotine right here, if he takes him down, if Neil Magny shoots when he gets hurt on the feet, I think Neil Magny is a little bit slower than Ramiz Brahimaj. Ramiz Brahimaj should be able to close the distance and work that front headlock series and be able to get him out of there. I mean, he took down and he stuffed a lot of Austin Vanderford, who's a good wrestler, a good grappler from American Top Team. He stuffed a lot of his takedowns. I think Ramiz Brahimaj can do the same thing to Neil Magny and finish on top here and get either a rear naked choke or a guillotine. I can see that happening for Ramiz Brahimaj. Next, what I love this fight right here. I love this fight. I love Tresean Gore in this fight. But you know what? If they're gonna give me fight go the distance at minus 220 only, I mean, this is a lock. I mean, this is my favorite fight of the card. I might put 4K again on this. Don't tell my wife. I might put 4K on this because I really like this fight not to go the distance. You don't want to know why? Tresean Gore, Muay Thai guy, goes forward, right? Muay Thai stance, the high hands, the calf kicks. He's very good at that. Pressure. He gets hit a lot. And we've seen him get rocked multiple times in fights. We've seen him get put out in fights, right? Versus Cody Brundage. We've seen him get put out in fights before. Vicente Luque, middleweight now. Very small for the middleweight division. He hurt Kelvin Gastelum, ends up taking out Kelvin Gastelum and finishes him with a submission. Vicente Luque had a brain bleed, right? He had a brain bleed. Okay, so he isn't really the best guy right now with his durability, right? Remember, this guy used to be so durable when he fight Mike Perry, when he fights Brian Barberena. He's so durable, right? Goes through all these wars versus Jeff Neal. But we saw in that Jeff Neal fight, he really took his chin away. And Vicente Luque is getting finished by Joaquin Buckley in guard, via ground and pound. Like, you cannot make this up. Vicente Luque is not the same fighter that he was a long time ago. So now I'm thinking Tresean Gore goes forward, right? He stands in that Muay Thai stance. He's squared with you. You could throw a lot of punches at him because he doesn't move his head well. But Vicente Luque also doesn't move his head well either. He keeps that high guard the same way Petr Yan does it, without the slickness, without the elusivity. I think Vicente Luque and Tresean Gore are going to go to battle, and it's going to be gory, pun intended. It's going to be gory. I think it's going to be bad. I think it's going to be a war. I think both these guys' chins aren't the best. Let's take inside the distance. This should be an absolute steal at minus 220. What's the under 2.5 line? Let's check that too, huh? The under 2.5. I can't see this fight going past the probably like the first end of the first round. I cannot see it. I legit cannot see that happening. Under 2.5 minus 160. Yeah, I mean, you can take that as well. Under 2.5 minus 160. I can see that happening. Because usually 2.5 minutes afterwards, like what in a war, they're just gonna they felt all the power already. They're all gonna be fatigued. Under 2.5 minus 160. Let's go with that. I'll give you guys even better odds. That's what happens. Okay, next, give me Jalin Turner to beat Cowboy Fernandez. This is too much of a step up for Cowboy Fernandez. People like Cowboy Fernandez because of the leg kicks, right? Look what he did to Harry Hardwick. Who is Harry Hardwick, man? Who is he? Cage Warriors guy. He sucks. He's terrible. He's awful. Not UFC caliber. Okay? Look what he did to Muhammad Yahya. Who? Muhammad Yahya's trash. He's awful. Muhammad Yahya got a favor from a prince in the United Arab Emirates. Like, you know what? You could fight on the card of the UFC. Please, Dana, let him fight. This is my friend's brother, son, daughter. Whatever he is. Muhammad Yahya. They gave him a chance, right? And then he was absolutely awful. He hasn't beaten anyone of note that you were like, damn, Cowboy Fernandez is a good fighter. So now you're going to give me him versus Jalin Turner, who I know is a very, very capable lightweight, who's big, that I seen train in person because he's my best. He's not my best friend. I don't even know him. I literally didn't even say one word to him. I was training, right? And I saw him training over there. That's literally what happened. But he's huge for the weight class. He's huge. He beat Guram Kutateladze, who is also losing to Elvis Brenner. So Guram Kutateladze isn't the best fighter either. But I think Jalin Turner, big, right? Huge, 6'3" versus 5'9" or 5'10" Cowboy Fernandez. Cowboy Fernandez, what's his best attacks? The leg kicks. What's going to happen when he's in kicking range? That's Jalin Turner's boxing range. So when he's going to throw a kick, Jalin Turner is going to throw a 1-2 right down the middle and pop this mother effer Cowboy Fernandez in the face. That's what's going to happen. I think Jalin Turner also has very, very good kickboxing, and he can check leg kicks. People are going to talk about Jalin Turner's skinny calves, right? He's a skinny black guy that's in the lightweight division. He's like the John Jones for the lightweight division, how big he is and how skinny his calves are. Cowboy Fernandez should chew him up. I don't really think so. I think Jalin Turner is very skilled. He knows what he's doing. He's a very good grappler, too, in the first 1.5 rounds. The problem is Jalin Turner going to gas out in the second and third? That's always been his issue. It's been in his endurance. I think Jalin Turner should be able to finish Cowboy Fernandez here. The odds are implying he finishes Cowboy Fernandez here in the first round. I think that's what's going to happen. I could see a 1-2 right down the middle, really hurting Calvin Fernandez, and him getting maybe a Doris or an Anaconda on the ground. He has nasty ground and pound as well. We saw it versus Bobby Green. He's a very good striker, Jalin Turner, and I think Calvin Fernandez is biting a little bit more than he can chew in this matchup. Next, Edson Barboza versus Esteban Ribovics. Give me this fight all day happening. This is a great test right here for both these guys, okay? You want to know why? You want to know not? Let's take the -2. No, let's take inside the distance. I hate giving you guys over -250, but we got to be fair to me, okay? We got to be fair to me. Let's have a bounce back. We can parlay this with some of these other things. -310. This is a lock. This is an actual lock. You want to know why? Esteban Ribovics, he goes forward. He pushes with boxing. Very good, slick boxing. Edson Barboza, what has he been doing, right? This is not prime Edson Barboza with the flashy kicks. It probably still is prime Edson Barboza with the flashy kicks. His body looks incredible for 40 years old or however old he is. But Edson Barboza, he goes backwards a lot. He literally gives up ground in the octagon. And when you give up ground and you go backwards, what happens? You get fatigued. The cardio starts draining out. You know what really kind of turned me off about Edson Barboza? What fight? Was the Jakar Close fight. Edson Barboza, in my Premier Voice video live show that I do with Premier Wagers every single Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we talked about it. He made a great point. He goes, Edson Barboza's boxing has looked very slow recently. And I'm literally thinking, like, oh, versus Jakar Close, it did look very slow. It looked awful versus Jakar Close. It looked awful. So I'm thinking that Esteban Ribovics, who's in his prime, he's 30 years old, he's slick, he has good boxing with the head kick involved as well. We saw it versus Terrence McKinney and the calf kicks. He's very good at it, at what he's at this type of fight. And if Edson Barboza is going to give up ground versus Esteban Ribovics, he's going to start having good momentum forward. I can see him finishing Esteban Ribovics finishing Edson Barboza here pretty easily. Let's actually take Esteban Barboza to lose this fight. You know what? Let's just do that. What's the odds of that right here? UFC fights. Let's take Esteban Ribovics inside the distance. Winning method. Where is it at? Yeah, TKO KO -225. Those odds are a little bit sexier. Let's do that. Esteban Ribovics to win inside the distance. He should beat Edson Barboza here. Edson Barboza goes backwards. He's versus Justin Gaethje where he got chinned. That was Justin Gaethje's last TKO KO win besides the Ilia Topuria fight with his hands. Okay? So that shows Esteban Ribovics can really try to put it on Edson Barboza. He just got cleaned up by Jalin Turner's last fight as well. I'm going to take here Esteban Ribovics inside the distance to win. Again, the cardio getting pushed. Esteban Ribovics in his prime. Edson Barboza really wanes down a lot, right? The punches get a little bit slower. He leaves his head on the center line. It's susceptible to big shots. Let's take Esteban Ribovics to finish him second, third round. I can see that happening. Next, a lot of people. I'm going to take it because I can't take anything else. I don't want to take -9.5 because that's implying that Ian Machado Garry can't win one round. But I'm going to take Islam Makhachev to win this fight -340. I hate doing a big leg like that, a big -340 for you guys. But we got to be fair. Islam Makhachev is better than Ian Machado Garry. He's still in his prime. He might be faster than Ian Machado Garry. I know what you're going to say. Ian Machado Garry is really fast for the welterweight division. Islam Makhachev looked like prime Floyd Mayweather versus Jack Della Maddalena if you saw the striking. Jack Della Maddalena couldn't land any punches on him. The only wow moment that Jack Della Maddalena had on the feet versus Islam Makhachev, who was chewing the calf, landing the jab, was when Islam grabbed the Muay Thai clinch and Jack Della Maddalena threw like a flurry to the body. And everybody was like, whoa, Jack's back. He's going to win the fight. Oh my God. The heavy power of Jack Della Maddalena. Islam Makhachev is very fast, very slick on the feet, right? He's not the same guy that got chinned by Leonis Martins back in the day. He's a very slick fighter. He's a very good boxer. He's a very good kickboxer as well. This is probably the only matchup where he's not the best kickboxer or boxer in the last 6 fights that he's had or 7 fights that he's had, right? Islam Makhachev, I believe that he should be able to use the pressure boxing, make Ian Machado Garry backed up on the cage. A lot of people are saying that they don't want him to be back on the cage, Ian Machado Garry, right? Because Ian Machado Garry has very good takedown defense on the cage like he did versus Bilal Muhammad. Bilal Muhammad is not a chain wrestler. If you're comparing Bilal Muhammad and Islam Makhachev in the same sentence as wrestling, it's you should be decapitated. You should be exiled from your land because there's no way in heck you actually believe that Islam Makhachev with this chain wrestling, with the single leg, drive the single leg up to the high crotch, take the back, right, put a hook in with the trips. You think that's as good as a guy that goes for a double leg? Hey, let me collect my fucking hands, man. Let me collect my hands underneath your butt. And oh, I can't get it. All right, I guess I'm on. I guess I'm gonna leave you, let you be, and we'll do it again later on. That's Bilal Muhammad. They're not even in the same realm. They're not in the same sentence. Islam Makhachev, with the good boxing, can mix it up with the takedowns. If he gets on top of Ian Machado Garry, I can see him. I don't know if he can finish him. Ian Machado Garry is like he's kind of unfinishable. I feel like. I don't know. I just really don't think he can get finished in this fight. I think it's gonna be a decision. That's what I really think. I think Islam Makhachev is gonna win 3 or 4 rounds of this fight. I think it's gonna be a close fight. I think that Ian Machado Garry is a good fighter, right? I think he's very slick. I think he's knowledgeable. I think he wants to learn. That's why he bounces from gym to gym, right? He goes to Leon Edwards' gym. He gets kicked out, right? But he's probably thinking, I'm better than this guy. And he probably was better than Leon Edwards at the time, right? When Leon Edwards was still the champion. He probably was better than Leon Edwards. Oh, I go to Kill Cliff. I fought Shavkat. Shavkat's been injured, whatever. I got knocked out by Shavkat, allegedly. Okay, I learned what I had to learn at Kill Cliff, right? I learned the tools there. Now he's at Shoot the Box with Diego Lima and Charles Oliveira. He's learning more, right? He's training with Damian Maia in the grappling. He's a knowledgeable guy. I think this fight is a lot closer than it is, but I cannot take Islam Makhachev. I cannot see Islam Makhachev losing a fight versus Ian Machado Garry because he could get the takedown too easily. Ian Machado Garry, we've seen him on his back before versus Shavkat, right? When he grabbed the single leg over him and then clubbed him to take him down. We saw that. And I think that Islam Makhachev, who has very, very good judo trips, I don't even think Shavkat's a good wrestler compared to Islam Makhachev. I'm going to take Islam Makhachev here, minus 340. Again, too slick on the feet. I think he loses to bigger opponents. Ian Garry is definitely a big, big opponent for Islam Makhachev, the tallest guy he's ever fought. But I don't think he's strong enough, right? I think Michael Morales, who's basically a 185er, posing as a 170er, gives a better test to Islam Makhachev. I'm going to take Islam here to win this fight. I think via decision is a very good matchup. I have 5 right there. My most confident picks drops next Friday. Hopefully you guys enjoy my content. Like and subscribe. I appreciate it so much. Have a good one. See you later.